And now for our registration page, we will create the UI for it, and we'll need also from React the use state, and from React Native we will have the view, the text, but we also need the style sheet. We also need our custom components, so we'll have the form container that comes from our shared folders, so 2 levels up, shared, form, and the form container. We also need the input from it, so import input from shared, form, and the input. And from our custom components we will need the error. So again, the error that we created before, also from the shared component, and error. Also we need the button here, so say button here. Also we will import our keyboard voying view, so the keyboard will not go over our input, and we'll say like that, keyboard aware scroll view, and this comes from React Native keyboard aware scroll view, so the package that we installed before. Now we can set our state variable, so for that we'll have the email. Let's say set email, and it will start as a use state of empty string. Then we'll have the name, so when we register our user, so set name, also empty string. Then the phone, so we have the phone of the user, so phone, set phone, and then we say use state. Also an important part will be the password, so set password. The use state. And the last one will be our error handler, so error, set error. This will be use state. Now for our UI we just need to first give it our container, keyboard aware scrolling view, and then our container will have some props, and those props will be the view. View is inside tab bar, and it is, so we set it to true. We'll give some extra height of 200, and we have to enable also on Android, so we say enable on Android, we set to true. So because our code will be cross-platform, and we need to give this check here. So after that we'll have our form container, and that has a title of register, and then here we'll have our input. So first input will be the email, so we have a placeholder for our email, and we'll say just email. Also the name, so the name also will be email, and give it some ID of email, and then we'll have to set this input value to our variable. So on change text, we'll have the text, set email, and it will be the text to lowercase. So in this case we will avoid the keyboard, because when the keyboard appears the first value is always capital, and like this we can fast type it or fast insert the email without having to worry about the lower cases in our keyboard. Okay, so set email to lowercase, and the next one we can copy. We can copy 3 more because we'll have 3 more, so just copy 3 more inputs, and then on this one we'll have the name, so replace this for name. Also name will be name, ID as well, and here we have to set name to text, and here we don't need lowercase, so like this. Next one is the phone number, so we'll have phone number, name will be phone, also ID, and then we need to change our type of keyboard because it will be a phone number, so we'll need numbers, so it's a keyboard type will be numeric, and again here set phone, and this will be without the lowercase as well. For the last one we need the password, and for the password we'll have password, again password here, same here, and because it's password we need to hide it, so again secure text entry to true. And finally we need to set password here, so password and text only. So now our inputs are created, we will need again our button group, so we create a view. Inside of this view we'll have the error check, so we'll say error, and we do the same we did before, we call our error component, and the error component will have a message of error, and if there's no error we can set it to null. Now again another view for our button, so the button will have a title of register, and after that we need another button, so we already have an account, we will navigate back to the login screen. So it's just an easy one, so says view, again button, we'll have a title of back to login, and also an on press event that will be props navigate to our login screen, so just pass the login here. Okay, so now if we save it and go to register, we already have our components here, but we still need to have some styles for at least our error method here. So back here, const styles style sheet dot create. So we'll have the button group, so we can match the name from the previous one. And again, width will be 80%, so it will be the same style as before. We can have a margin of 10 and align the items to center. Okay, now we can apply them here. So just say style will be styles button group. Okay, save it. And now we'll create our register method, so we can at least see the errors, and we can say const register if our email is empty or our name is empty. So we'll do just a simple check like this. You can pass this down, also this down. Or our phone is empty, so we'll check if any of these properties are empty. We'll set the error. Or also password is empty. We will set the error to please fill in the form correctly. Okay, now we can try it. But before we try it, we need to set the input here. So in our button of register, we'll say on press, and we'll give the register method. So register. So like this. Now we can try it, and if things are empty, the error appears. On the next lecture, we will do our first request to the server, so we can register a new user, and we'll do that inside also of this method here.